Hey guys, day 5, welcome back. Today's sequence will focus on the spine, so you can look forward to some mobility work as well as a bit of strength work for the back line of the body. We'll start in a seated position today. So I'm seated here on a pillow. You're welcome to place a pillow or a blanket or a bolster underneath your sit bones just to make sure you feel comfortable. This also helps to release some strain in the low back and the hips. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath, so just make sure you're comfortable. Blocks, if you have them at home and they're handy, we'll use those a few times in the practice today, so have those nearby and let's begin. So when you find your comfortable seat, take a few moments to roll out your shoulders, shrug them up towards your ears, and let them melt down your back. Use the first few moments of this practice to invite ease into the body. Let go of anything that might be weighing heavy from your day or your week so far. And allow yourself to arrive fully for this movement practice today. Stay here for as many breaths as you need. Be patient with yourself. If you need a bit of extra time to ground in and arrive, take it. And we'll add some movement together with your inhale. Can you slowly reach your arms up overhead? You might keep your eyes closed or lift your gaze up towards your fingertips. As you exhale, palms meet and slowly draw them into heart center. Let's do 3 more like that. Big inhale breath, lengthen out some space in your side bodies. Exhale, draw your palms into heart. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more big breath, inhale. Exhale, Okay, inhale, reach your arms overhead. This time with your exhale, take your right fingertips down to the mat, walk your hand out until your palm meets the earth. Reach your left arm up and over. Okay. Roll your upper shoulder back, open up some space in the chest. Try to keep a soft bend in your bottom elbow. Then inhale, come back up through center, lengthen. Take a twist over your left side. So your right hand will meet your outer left thigh. Left fingertips can meet the space behind you. Use a big inhale to grow tall. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale will bring you back up through center. Reach up, maybe look up. This time, side bend to the left. So your left fingertips meet the mat. Walk them out. Reach your right fingertips up and over. Roll your top shoulder back, lift up through your chest, your gaze, soften into your left elbow. And then inhale, come back up through center. Twist to the right. Left hand meets your outer right thigh. Right fingertips meet the mat behind you. Take an extra big inhale breath. Exhale, twist, gaze over your shoulder. 1 breath per movement. Let's flow through that. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, side, bend to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, slow twist to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, side bend, reach to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, slow twist to the right. 1 more time, each side, inhale up. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow twist left. Inhale, reach up. Last time to the left. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Your breath is your guide. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, slow twist right. Inhale, come up through center, reach up. And release your hands in behind you. Just check in with which ankle's in front. Let's uncross the feet. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And then just for some symmetry, let's cross opposite ankle in front. Settle back into your comfortable seat. Just a little bit more work here, seated. Okay, interlace your hands. Slowly press through your palms. So you'll flip them out in front. Reach your arms up overhead. And we'll take some kind of intro cow-cat movement from seated. So as you inhale, lift up through your chest. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe lift your gaze. Then as you exhale, slowly press your palms forward, round your navel to your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. So there's a big stretch in the back body. Okay, inhale, breath, open up. Exhale, press around through. So I'll just turn to the side, 3 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow round. 2 more, inhale, reach. Again, breath guides your movement. Exhale, slow, fold. 1 more time, big inhale, breath. Exhale, round. Maybe stay here for an extra round of breath or 2. Invite some gentle rocking. Shake out your head a few times. And then slowly come back up through center and release your arms. Let that go. 1 more time, windshield wiper the knees. Rock your knees from side to side, right, left. Okay. And then come into a tabletop position. Move your pillow out of the way. Unless you'd like to place your pillow or your blanket underneath your knees for extra support. We won't be here for too long. Cow-cat movement, again, for the spine. Maybe a little bit bigger now than seated. As you inhale, your belly will fall, shoulders peel back, chest gaze move through. Exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest. So at this point, I'm sure you're really comfortable with cow-cat, so I invite you to flow through this at your own pace with your own breath. And you're welcome to add any additional movement that might feel good to loosen up the body, a gentle rock forward and back. You might press back to child's pose, invite some length along the spine for a few rounds of breath. That more traditional cow-cat movement might feel really good today. Let's stay here for the next 3 rounds of deep, full breath. After your next breath, me back through center, melting heart pose. So you're welcome to actually use your pillow or a block for support in this shape. We'll keep the knees and hips stacked, and then walk your hands towards the top of your mat. You'll need to take some time to just adjust your pillow so that it's in the right spot. And then slowly lower your forehead down to your pillow. If you feel like you need a slightly deeper stretch or deeper sensation, you might just lower your forehead all the way down to the mat. Think about melting your chest towards the earth. Maybe for some ease, you rest your forearms and your elbows. But see if you can draw your shoulders from your ears. Keep your hips lifted. Core is not fully active, but enough to prevent any strain in the low back. And stay here for your next few rounds of breath. You linger in this shape for as long as you need to. When you're ready to come out, press up into your hands. Walk your hands back slightly. Come into a thread the needle. So anchor down through your left palm. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, slowly sweep your right arm underneath your left side body to hover just to start. Again, inhale, breath, big stretch, open up. Exhale, slow thread through. 1 more time, big inhale, breath, reach up, look up. Exhale, thread through. This time we'll lower right shoulder, right ear to the mat. And you can keep pressing into your left hand or walk your left hand towards the top of your space. If you have your pillow handy, this might feel really nice. Rest into the pillow. Again, my knees and hips are in one straight line, hopefully. And then you can reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, hand to low back, or find a bind if that's available for you here. And you have a few rounds of breath to sink in and enjoy. Linger for as long as you need to. And to come out of this shape, replace or bring your left hand back down to the mat, press down through your left palm, reach up one more time, and exhale, right hand to mat. Okay, other side, left arm will reach up towards the ceiling, exhale, slow thread through, left arm underneath right side, hover to start. Inhale, breath, open up. Exhale, thread through. One more time, big inhale, breath. Exhale, thread through and settle. Left shoulder to the mat, left ear to the mat. You know the drill. Grab your pillow for a bit more comfort. You can walk your right hand towards the top of your space. If you're looking for a different sensation, right arm towards the ceiling, right hand to low back, or you bind towards the inner left thigh. When you're ready to come out, right hand will meet the mat. Press through your right palm. Lift your left arm up just to complete that twist one more. And exhale, left hand to the mat. Okay, downward facing dog. Let's tuck the toes, lift the hips. Okay. Settle into your down dog. Enjoy a few rounds of breath. Pedal out your knees right and left. Sway your hips side to side. Okay. And as you hold this down dog, really draw awareness to the length you're inviting along the spine, along the back line of the body. Down through the back of the legs as you energetically press through your palms and press down through your heels. Play around with the position of the pelvis. See if you can tilt your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Notice how that changes any sensation in the body. And then slowly bend into your knees, come high on your tiptoes and walk all the way towards the top of your mat, forward fold. Take an inhale to halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Root away from your palms, rise all the way up to stand, full body stretch, reach up, look up, maybe a gentle back bend. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Give your shoulders a big roll down and back. Make sure your feet are at hip distance or slightly wider. Take an inhale breath, reach up. Exhale, lower down into your forward fold and we'll hang out here. Okay, so play around with a gentle shift of your weight and your feet until you feel pretty balanced. Let your head hang heavy. Shake out your head a few times, no, yes. This can be where a block is handy. We'll be here for a little bit longer than we would normally stay. So if you need some extra support, find your block. You can even use your pillow. We're gonna find some movement with the breath together. The goal here in this forward fold is to invite that decompression of the spine. Okay, so I want you to find some ease in the upper body. Okay, maybe you even rest your forearms on your block, stack them up a little bit higher if you need to. Well, let's use an inhale breath to add just a really small half lift. So we won't go all the way, but enough to invite some length. And then exhale, allow your upper body to surrender over the legs. Again, inhale breath to lengthen. Exhale to fold in. 3 more breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more, inhale. And exhale, fold. 1 more time, inhale, breath. Exhale, we'll surrender here for a few more rounds of breath. I invite you to take any arm variation that feels good. So whether you keep your hands on your prop, some of you may wish to grab opposite elbows, more of a ragdoll shape as you sway. Okay. You can also let your arms just hang down towards the earth if that feels really good. Yeah. I'll give you lots of options here. Gorilla pose, flip your palms, press your feet onto your palms, your toes into the creases of your wrists. Okay. Big toe, grab your peace finger or your big toe with your peace finger and your thumb. Use a little bit of extra leverage to draw your upper body forward. There may even be a bind. Interlace your hands behind your back. No right or wrong. Find a forward fold that feels good for you today. Create some sensation but not pain. A few more rounds of breath. If you did take any specific arm variation, release it with ease. Take a small halfway lift, exhale to fold, and let's slowly come up just to realign the body. Okay, press away from your feet, keep the bend in your knees, reach up, squeeze into your glutes as you round back, and then find mountain pose standing at the top of your mat. Give your shoulders a big roll. You can close down your eyes, just check in with how your body feels. If you feel like you're maybe working a bit too deep, you're feeling some sensation in the back, okay, slow it down a bit. Okay. And then when you're ready, you're feeling somewhat neutral again. Let's move on. Inhale, arms reach up and over. Exhale, slow hinge and fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. With your exhale this time, tent your fingertips and step your left foot towards the back of your mat. Right knee and ankle will stack as you lower your left knee down to the mat. Untuck the left toes. Press up onto your right thigh. Give your shoulders another big roll. Use the first few rounds of breath here to just settle into this lunge foundation. Okay, so we're still working our quads, our glutes. There's some strength here, but we're also inviting length into that front line of the left leg. Okay. You're welcome to stay right here or slowly reach your arms overhead, invite space into the side bodies. As you exhale, we'll add a twist. Bring your hands to heart center, hinge forward from your torso. Then take your left elbow to your outer right thigh. Press into your palms and peel your left shoulder back. Okay. So just to show you here, switch over to the other side. Hands press in. Top shoulder will roll back. Okay, and you're getting a bit of leverage using the bottom elbow. Okay. You might wish to explore opening up the arms. Feel free to take a few rounds of breath to explore that. Maybe a bind. Okay. We'll get into binds later on in this series, so if you're curious about that, you can look forward to a class specifically for binds very soon. And let's come back through center. Slowly come back through center. Reach your arms up overhead if you felt okay there. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Tuck your left toes and step back into a high plank. Okay, I'm going to just move my pillow out of the way. Hopefully you can still see me. Okay. From high plank, shift forward onto your knees and then lower all the way down to your belly. Okay. A bit of strength work for the back body here. We'll start with cobra pose. So in cobra pose, hands to the mat, tops of the feet flat to the mat. Use your inhale breath to slowly lift your upper body away. So you'll feel your quads press down, the front of your hips press down. Squeeze into your glutes to really fire up strength in your back body. Keep the back of your neck long. Your neck's an extension of the spine. So try to keep that all in alignment to really build the strength. Some of you may wish to hover the palms, stay for an inhale breath. And then exhale, lower your hands down, forehead to the mat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, slowly lift up, squeeze into your glutes, hover your palms, draw your elbows towards one another, squeeze into your back body, and exhale, slow lower. 1 more time, inhale, lift up, hover your chest, elbows draw back, squeeze, 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 and exhale, ha. Take your hands to rest on the top of your mat, land your forehead down, bend your knees, and let's windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Okay, from here, child's pose, press into your hands, open up your knees, send your hips towards your heels, forehead to the mat. Okay, use child's pose as a reset. You can take a sip of water if you need to. Check back in your body, land back in your body before we slowly set up for the other side. Press into your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. We'll transition to the other side, this time from the back of the mat. So come high on your tippy toes, look forward, and step your left foot to the top of the mat. So we'll find our lunge on the left side. Lower your right knee, top of the foot. Once you feel stable there, you can walk up onto your left thigh. Give your shoulders a couple of big rolls. Give yourself some time to settle in. Reach your arms overhead when you're ready to do so. And we'll move towards the twist together. Hands to heart center, slow hinge forward. Twist towards the left this time. So your right elbow meets your outer left thigh, palms press in, top shoulder will roll back. You can lift up your gaze towards the ceiling. You can add that strength by firing into your quads, your glutes. Think inner thighs squeezing towards one another. Explore opening up the arms or finding the bind if that's part of your practice today. Then slowly come back through center, reach your arms up and over. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, tuck your right toe, step back into plank pose. We'll hold this plank pose for a few rounds of breath now, a little challenge for the core, some strength for the upper body. Squeeze into your quads, your glutes. Stay for an inhale breath. As you exhale, lower your knees and slowly lower on to your belly. This time we'll take 3 rounds of locust pose. So locust pose will lift the upper body and the lower body. Options for the arms, you're welcome to explore. You can take your arms out to a T or airplane wings. Okay, or you can interlace your hands behind you for a bit more of an opening in the across the chest. Okay. When you're ready, we'll move together with the inhale. Lift up through your chest, lift your feet, lift your legs. Send the crown of your head towards the front of your space, but your gaze slightly lifted. Again, the neck is long. As you exhale, slowly lower forehead to the mat. You have 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze into your back body. So important to use your glutes to support. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, slow, lower. One more time, you can do it. Inhale, lift up. Okay, this is so much good work for the back line of the body. Lift up through your legs, lift your chest, one more inhale breath, and exhale, slow, lower. Take your arms forward, stack them just below your forehead. Bend your knees, windshield wiper. Child's pose. Press into your hands. Move really slowly. And send your hips towards your heels, forehead to the mat. Invite that length back into the spine. From here, press up onto your hands. Move to the center of your mat. We'll take 2 rounds of camel pose before we move to our back and start to slow down. So for camel pose, you'll rise up onto your knees. If you have sensitive knees, I find rolling the mat up for camel pose especially really helpful. You can use your pillow, blanket, or bolster as well. And we'll set up by bringing the hands to the low back. Give your shoulders a big shrug. Okay, lots of shoulder shrugs today. And then camel pose, press into your low back. Think about sending your sit bones down. Thighs, hips, stomach press forward. As you lift up through your chest and slowly send your gaze up and over. Now, I definitely recommend form over depth for this pose. Focus less on how far you can move your upper body back, but how much integrity you can maintain in the glutes, the quads, that lifting up of the chest. And so important that no matter how far back you go, your breath is still available. Keep your eyes open. Inhale breath will bring you back up through center. Find something straight ahead to focus your gaze, and then sit back, hips on heels. You're welcome to close down your eyes and let whatever came up for you in that shape settle. And then clear that out. We'll set up for a second set. So come up onto your knees. You can keep the tops of your feet flat or tuck your toes under, whatever feels more supportive. Then again, set your hands to your low back, squeeze into your glutes, hips move forward, round your upper body back. Some of you may begin to see the wall behind you. You can start to reach for your heels, but again, form over depth. Really want to be mindful to not strain the back body. Hey, we're just exploring some of the strength that we have there. Inhale, breath will bring you back up through center. And let's sit back, hips on heels. Let that go. Begin to unroll your mat if you use that there for support. Come onto your back and bring your blocks with you if you have them. We'll use them for a couple things as we begin to close off the practice. Okay, on your back, we'll set up for bridge pose. Option to take active bridge or more of a restorative variation. So if you're taking active bridge, press into your feet, squeeze into your glutes, lift your hips. You may start to interlace your hands behind you and gaze down the midline of your body. And I invite you to take a few rounds coming in and out of your bridge pose just to explore your strength and mobility. If wheel is part of your practice, take wheel pose after you've done a few rounds of your bridge. We've done a lot of work to strengthen the back line of the body and open up the front. So I am comfortable in encouraging you to go there. For those of you who are feeling really kind of good, chill, restorative today, we'll come into a supported bridge. So with supported bridge, press into your feet to lift your hips. You'll take your block at whatever setting feels comfortable. Okay, there's 3 settings, lowest, middle. I'm not gonna go into the highest setting. I'm gonna stay right here in the middle. And the block will settle right at your sacrum, so that flat spot right at the bottom of your spine. Okay, and find a place for your hands to rest, whether it's on the front of your hips. You can open up some space in the chest with cactus arms. So whether you are taking more of an active bridge sequence or a restorative variation, I invite you to come into your breath. And you're either using your breath to kind of energize, encourage, motivate you to explore, or you're using your breath to create some ease and release into your block or your supported bridge. So although we may be doing a few different things, we're still in this together. We're still breathing together. We might have just a slightly different intention for these next few moments. So tap into whatever it is you're working through, whatever you need. Linger for as long as you like. Those of you who are in your supported bridge, to come out, you'll press into your feet, slide your block safely out of the way, slowly lower down to the mat, and eventually we'll all meet in a reclined bound angle together. Blocks might be nice to place underneath the knees. You can bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Just allow yourself to soften into the next few moments here. We'll add a little bit of lateral movement if you're interested. Bring your arms overhead. Reach for opposite elbows. Then slowly slide your upper body over towards the right. Your lower body is anchored in bound angle. But as we slide the upper body over, can you create some space along the left line, outer left line of the body? Find a place for your head to just settle and rest in. Come back through center. And other side. Walk your upper body. You can switch opposite arm on top as you shift your upper body over towards the left. Again, find a comfortable place for your head and your gaze to settle. Taking a few rounds of breath for yourself. And eventually you'll meet back through center. Take your hands to your outer thighs, draw your knees in together to touch. And final pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. You can extend your legs out long, open up your arms to the sides. For those of you who do have blocks and you're interested in a different pose to close practice today, you're welcome to take a supported fish pose. So with your blocks, you'll take one the long way, one the other way. Okay, so kind of like a T shape. And just be really mindful as you fold over this, but you'll slowly guide your upper body to fall over the block, kind of right along the spine. You'll know if it's pinching or pressing or creating bad sensation anywhere along the spine. Just play around with where it is laying behind you. And then you'll shift the second block so that your head can rest on the second block. Okay, so this creates a nice opening across the chest, front line of the body. If you are using this pose to close practice, I still encourage you when you're ready to come out of it to take a few moments in Shavasana just to really neutralize the spine and unwind from this opening, create balance. And no rush to come out of this. You can always skip back in the video for guidance to come out, but to come out of this shape, I find the easiest way is to roll over, come into a fetal position, okay, and then again, roll onto your back. You'll want to move the blocks out of the way for that. All right, friends, I'll leave you resting in whatever shape or place you've landed in. Take a moment wherever you are to thank yourself for showing up, making it to day 5. Send out a silent thank you to this community, everyone who's also practicing with you today. And thank you so much for moving your body with me today. It's such a pleasure to guide you from my heart to yours. Namaste.